And stolen by Durant. Here's the great one. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And that one misses. And here's Puerto Rico now. To the paint. Here's Ramirez. Got a piece of it. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes in.
They've got 1 foot into the final round. A win.
A hard-fought win, MP. Basketball is a game of runs. Sometimes winning or losing comes down to which team makes the final run. More than once tonight, the defense, yours especially, kept them from the types of buckets that build a run or keep one going. Your thoughts?
Coach likes to say in every win, there's one stop that sets it in motion. It can come at any time. You might not even notice it when it happens, but there are stops that start chain reactions. All right, you follow me here, Jennifer? Okay, so we're not just trying to win games. We want our opponents to feel like they're down before tip-off. A lot of that starts with defense. And when I'm blocking shots like I did tonight, I wouldn't want to play us. I'll tell you that.
Makes sense, MP. Thank you.
Hey, fear the block.
BA, over to you.
Much appreciated, Jennifer. Thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching our broadcast. So long and good night, everyone.
Well, and here's game 2. 25 racks.
Welcome to FIBA Basketball on 2K Sports. Glad to have you along. There's always a high-intensity atmosphere in the group stage. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll see South Sudan taking on USA. You take a look at South Sudan. Well, this is a must-win for them. They lost their first group stage game.
Well, if they lose, they're 0-2 and out. I expect them to play with fire, be sharper than that first group stage game. Their backs are against the wall.
And as for USA, they won their first game. Another win tonight, and they finished first in the group.
Yeah, this group is really tight. Remember, this is the final group stage game, so everything is still on the line.
At the Paris Games in 2024, South Sudan had the distinction of being the only team representing Africa on the men's side.
And you could see how much pride that instilled in them. They scored a big upset over Puerto Rico in the first game of the tournament. They couldn't get into the medal round, but it was a strong showing all the same.
Shots good by James.
Well, LeBron is a guy who can score from anywhere. He's comfortable taking long-range shots.
Here's Boss. Pass to Gung. The three ball. And again, it's South Sudan.
And Curry just want to leave the nigga wide open.
Both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's the great one. Launches a three.
I did not mean to shoot that.
Rebounded by Malawach. You know, South Sudan had only played in 2 international tournaments prior to 2024.
Yeah, so they weren't on a lot of people's radar, but they burst onto the scene when just 10 days. Before the Paris Games, they came within 1 point of beating Team USA in a friendly. Suddenly, everybody said, whoa, this team can play.
You shot that, and you meant to shoot that. I seen it.
Now, here is James. Here's the great one. And he jams it home with authority.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the ball.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And so here is South Sudan. USA making their last shot. Boss, good.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's the great one. 2 points. That one goes. The great one's got 7 points in the game.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
It's a last Super Bowl.
Disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Pass to Gung. Here's Boss. Clock at 6. South Sudan needs to get off a shot here. Gabriel's shot is off.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
You know, one major difference in international play, FIBA rules allow basically any type of zone defense.
Yeah, there's no defensive 3 seconds. You can park a big man near the rim, and that can really change how you approach things on offense.
Here's Boss. USA making their last shot. Yep, that one's good.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
South Sudan trails by 4. Pass to Gabriel. They set the pick. Here's Malawach. Williams defending. And the basket by Malawach.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Screen by James. Here's the great one. Drops in the layup for 2. 12 points for him.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Here's Boss. He's got 6. Over Sexton. Boss's shot is off.
Well, the process was good. A solid look inside. Sometimes the basketball just doesn't go in.
Looking at the last game for USA, it was a win against Puerto Rico. You know, one thing that successful international teams tend to have, multiple guys who can switch and guard different positions.
And B.A., NBA has followed that suit lately as well, but it's key in FIBA. Whether you are in man-to-man or zone, not worrying about matchups after a screen is a major advantage.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Here's the great one. He's got 12. The 3 from Curry. On target from range.
Look at how solid Curry's motion is. Almost like he could have done that blindfolded.
There's a minute 54 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Gabriel. To the wing, right side. Boss's shot is off. USA leading by 5. Here's the great one. Solid defense from Bol.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
1:21 left to play in the first quarter. To the left wing. Nice ball movement by South Sudan. Gabriel's shot is off. And here's USA. Here's the great one. Fires from the wing, and that basket makes him 6 for 11, shooting a good percentage.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Gabriel passes to Boss. Here's Bol, and the three-pointer goes.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Driving in, the great one. And that one is hammered home.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high-percentage looks.
And so it's USA. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. They've been very effective from the three-point line. That's the key for them so far. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. It's quarter 2 here in this group stage game at the FIBA tournament. Glad to have you back with us. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for USA.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
You have to like the fact that they're not settling at all. I mean, they've really made a point to get the ball down inside and challenge that interior defense.
South Sudan trails by 9. George outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Jang. It's tipped. Here's Brown. And there's the rejection. Out of bounds as USA keeps possession. Here's the great one. Gets the 3 ball to go. The great ones for USA.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And there's the lob. South Sudan pulls it in.
That could have been an easy pass and finish. Not really sure what went wrong.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
Here's Musa. No good from outside. South Sudan comes into this one following a loss to Puerto Rico. Durant, pass to Reed. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Reed's gotten his first points in this one.
And the defense is there, but Reed is strong-willed, and he is up to the challenge.
Back to George. Launches it. It's hauled in by the great one. USA leading by 11. Soft touch off the glass. The great ones got 5 points in the quarter.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Again, the miss by South Sudan. Jang's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Here's the great one. George defending. Here's the great one. And they pick up 2. The great ones got 26.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Here he goes. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 28 points for him.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Jang. No good. Unable to win this run. Pass to Durant. Lets it go from deep. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
Yeah, smooth and focused. KD is so polished, so prolific.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Fader on the way. Musa, no good.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Time called here. South Sudan decides to talk it over. So for USA, LeBron, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. Colin Sexton comes in for Brown. And it's Curry in for Dillingham. And a new group getting ready for South Sudan. From behind the arc. Counted from distance. Jang's got 6 here in the quarter.
Defensively, if you're going to disrupt his rhythm, you have to put more pressure on.
Baseline jumper. And his first miss of the night. Now 2 of 3. South Sudan trails by 19. Here's Boss. He has 6. Nice ball movement by South Sudan. And a miss there on the triple. Jang's gone just 2 of 6 shooting. 33%. Here's the great one. And he banks in the layup. The great one's got 32 points.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Pass to Boss. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by the great one. The great one's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And that one's good. Curry's got 5 now.
Yeah, the sweet-looking jumper of Steph. It just looks so pure coming out of his hands.
Here's Malawach. Pass to Bowl. From deep. Up again. Here's Boss. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Give him 8 points now.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Man, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powered at home like that. Jang gets the bucket.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And he gets the bucket.
But what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
To the inside. Here's Jang. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Here's the great one, and there's the drive, and he goes in for the dunk.
He's just an aggressive. Finisher there inside.
Hey, when you got bounce like that, you feel like you can take on anybody. Oh, he picked him clean, and it's USA on the break. A slam dunk by Reed.
What a statement by Naz Reid, showing you what happens when his team is in rhythm like this.
Jang passes to Boss. Back to Jang. Puts up a three. Reed with the rebound. And so here's USA. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. Here's Curry. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. Curry's got his third bucket of the night.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And stolen by Bol. From outside the arc. Got a hand on it. And it's going to be out of bounds. South Sudan will have another go. USA making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Here's Boss. Checked by Sexton. Pass to Gabriel. Just 4 to shoot. Again the miss by South Sudan. And here's USA. Williams passes to the great one. Beyond the arc. Hits a three-pointer. The great one's got 41.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
Here's Boss. Good! Without a second to spare.
Oh, you gotta have some real nerves to hit that shot.
What poise, what focus. That's an impressive shot.
And so it's USA already up 26 points as this quarter ends. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the second half of this FIBA Tournament Group Play game here on 2K Sports. Here's Gabriel. Pass to Gung. Down low. Here's Bol. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Goals for South Sudan.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Yeah, elevating his teammates with passes like this. LeBron is all about making his guys better.
Throws it up high. Malawach misses. And so here's USA. Knocked away and stolen by Bol. Pass to Gabriel. Here's Boss. He's got 11. Now here's Bol. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Gabriel. Lays it up and banks it in. Gabriel's got his second bucket on the night.
In the NBA, you let anyone shoot inside 5 feet, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Williams misses. Here's Gabriel. Check by James. That one goes. Count it. Gabriel's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Plays like that, so easy for him.
Here's the great one. 43 points in the game. Hook shot on the way. And they'll get another chance. Nails it from 3. Sexton's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Solid from deep. Sexton is a guy you want taken.
Tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. South Sudan will have another go. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Gung. Right wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Boss. Rebound USA. Williams has got rebound number 7 tonight. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
USA shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And the second free throw is good. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Malawach. Here's Kung. He's covered by Curry. Shot from 12. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good. Kung's got 5. Here's the great one. Takes it inside.
Well, he's getting all he can offensively and making the most of it.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Here's Boss. 11 points in the game. Sexton grabs the board. Here's the great one. And yep, it's good. The great one's got 48.
He's putting the team on his back. Incredible scoring performance thus far.
Here's Kung. He's covered by Curry. And it's USA on the break. Shot's good by the great one. The great one's got 50 points.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Here's Kung. 5 points in the game. Here's Gabriel. Pass to Malawach. Buries it down low. He's got 6.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Right side Curry for 3. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Padding the stat sheet, getting the board and the hoop all on one play.
Yep, he's earning his coach's appreciation. Gabriel. Off target from outside. And here's USA. They're on a 12-4 run. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for USA.
Well, they've been honing the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter.
Looking at who's out there now for USA. Naz Reid's checked in for Williams. Kevin Durant comes in for James. Brown's checked in for Sexton. And Dillingham subbed in for Curry. Here's Kung. Hits the trifecta. Kung's got 5 points in the quarter.
The defense gave him a little space, and he took advantage.
South Sudan with the ball. Boss, the pass to Jang. Outside Bull. Pass to Boss. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Boss has got 13.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Here's the great one. Again, the miss by USA. Here's Kung. Give him 8. Pass to Malawach. Nice ball movement by South Sudan. Outside Bull. Here's Kung. Here's Jang. It's tipped. And it's going to be out of bounds. South Sudan will have another go. Isaac, he's checked in for Malawach. From deep. Rebound USA. Reid's got 4 rebounds. From the rafters.
That is incredible. Well, good recognition there from Reid to realize that his best decision was to move the ball.
To the wing on the left.
Hey, I'll get yours, look at yours.
Here's Kung. Pass to Jang. Shot clock at 5. Again, the miss by South Sudan.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Here's Boss. Left side Bull. Here's Jang. And that's good from 17 feet. 13 points in the game.
Well, you guys know I love analytics, but I still like the mid-range, especially when he's taking the shot. Well, they keep going to him, and he keeps delivering.
The 3 is up. Sends it home from three-point land. Jang's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And KD getting to his spot there. He thrives in the mid-range.
Here's Boss. He's got 13. And stolen by Brown. Into the lane. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Oh, and the dramatic slam. A mid-air hand switch at that.
That was big league right there. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. USA out in front, running away with it. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final. Welcome back, folks, for our fourth and final quarter of FIBA.
Substitution on the court. Substitution on the court.
And so USA takes the win.
Well, with this 2-0 record, they win their group. They get a good seed in the final round. This is how you start a FIBA tournament.
And with how well they've played, is this team a favorite?
You have to mention them amongst the title contenders. They've been outstanding thus far. I just like how they're playing great team basketball.
And that about wraps it up. Along with Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for being with us here tonight. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. Hello and welcome Well, the anticipation's been building, and now the teams are ready to tip it off in these FIBA quarterfinals. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We've got Spain taking on USA. We are in the quarterfinals of the FIBA tournament. You can feel the tension.
This is their first game in the final round. If you win, you advance to the semifinals. One game away from the final. So this will be intense.
Well, you look at Spain. They're doing all they can to recapture the magic of China 2019.
It was their second ever title at the World Championships. They went undefeated in group play. In the knockout stages, needed double OT to top Australia in the semis, but had no problem in the final, beating Argentina by 20.
Here's Solano. USA making their last shot. 6 on the shot clock. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
From the arc. Shot's good by the great one.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Fernandez. He's covered by Curry. Pass to Solano. Spain needs to get off a shot here. Aldama, no good.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Well, FIBA has been around for a long time. It has such a rich history.
Established in 1932 with only 8 teams total. Now you have over 200 national teams. As the game has grown, FIBA has grown with it.
Here's Solano. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
Screen by James. The great one. And again, USA with the triple.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Aldama. Pass to Navarro. Uses the glass on the layup. Navarro's got 5 now.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Fernandez. Pass to Perez. Here's Solano. Here's the pick. Clock at 4. Now here's Aldama. Takes the 3. Williams grabs the board. When you watch one of these FIBA games, they move so fast.
You really notice there are fewer timeouts, too. I mean, these international games usually have a great flow, and it makes them fun to watch.
Here's Fernandez. Pass to Solano. Now Aldama. Check by James. Aldama with it. James is there. Jacks up at 3. And that one's good. Solano. He has 7.
Good read by Aldama. His selfless attitude is why his guys enjoy playing.
And here's James. Aldama with it. Picked up by James. Navarro gets the bucket. Navarro's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Here's Perez. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. There's a screen. Shot clock at 6. Goes up at the stripe. It's hauled in by the great one. James passes to the great one. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. USA shooting their first free throws here for the night. And the first one at the line is good. Durant, he's checked in for Sexton. And that's good as he hits both shots. There's nothing quite like an international tournament. Your whole country watching your every move.
And for a guy like MP, this is their first time experiencing that. The pride and sacrifice that players play with for their country is something that cannot be replicated anywhere else.
Good on the bucket.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Here's the great one. 14 points for him. James passes to the great one from downtown, and that's good. Kevin Durant for three.
There's the quick release. KD remarkably fast with the basketball.
Pass to Solano. The three. It's hauled in by the great one. USA leading by 5. .144 left in the first quarter. There's the triple. And again, USA with the triple.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there. Knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Here's Montoya following the three-pointer by USA. Pass to Solano. The three is up. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Boy, oh boy. Both teams lighting it up to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
In terms of non-American teams, Spain's been arguably the most successful on the international level.
Yeah, they've got multiple FIBA titles, including 2019, and they've dominated the European Championship since 2009. Really impressive stuff.
Spain trails by 9. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Over to the left wing. Here's the great one. They grab their own miss. Great positioning on the putback. And USA leads by 11. And so it's USA closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. More 2K action in just a moment. First quarter of this FIBA tournament quarterfinal game is in the books, and we're getting going with more action here at the start of the second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for USA.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Montoya. No points so far. Pass to Navarro. Here's Gonzalez. Reed defending. Here's Hernan Gomez. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Spain shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. That one's no good. USA leading by 13. Here's the great one. He can't hit that time.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
And the three off target. The fader. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here's Hernan Gomez. Montoya. From outside, off the mark. Here's the great one. Off the mark there with a three.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. Strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. USA leading by 13. Here's the three. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
That's a move you won't see many guys make. Impressive stuff.
Pass to Gonzalez. Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. To the wing, right side. Navarro gets the bucket. Navarro's got 12 points.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
So for USA, James is checked in for Brown, and Sexton subbed in for Dillingham.
Substitution on the court. Substitution on the court.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Navarro. Let's go with a three. Rebounded by LeBron.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Lets it fly from 18. And it's Spain with a rebound.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Some nice ball movement by Spain. Pass to Solano. The three is up. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
Yeah, he's leading the charge for them. But let's be honest, he needs more help if they're going to get out in front.
Well, consistent scoring is a good foundation for a comeback. They can't be wasting possessions now.
He gets it in there. The Great Ones got 32 points in the game.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
It's a one-on-one situation. Buries it from three. The Great Ones for USA.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the three in transition.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Navarro. Puts up a three. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Shot's good by the Great One.
He's having a remarkable first half from three-point land. He's been dialed in since the moment he stepped on the floor.
To the left side wing. Here's Solano. He's got 17. Pass to Navarro. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Here's the Great One. And again, USA with the triple.
The three-point shot has been his weapon of choice this quarter.
There's the three. Navarro, no good. USA leading by 16. Jacks up a three. And again, USA with the triple.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Navarro. Fires for three. James with the rebound.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a three at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
Here's the Great One. And it's USA with another.
They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Navarro gets the bucket.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Here's the Great One. And again, USA with the triple.
Well, what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
There's a screen. Pass to Gonzalez. Beyond the arc. Rebound USA. The Great Ones got 6 rebounds now in the game. The three is up. Knocks down the triple. The Great Ones got 52 points.
For someone with his scoring numbers, it's remarkable James still makes time to set others up.
Here's Navarro from behind the arc. Kevin Durant with a rebound.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And so it's Spain with it. following the three-pointer by USA. Navarro gets the bucket.
When you get faced up at one end, you want to get it back at the other.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate payback.
Inside, Hernan Gomez.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
And it's all from three-point range. It's been a devastating night for them. Nothing has come easy, Grant.
Nothing indeed. Even when they've tried to make adjustments, it just hasn't worked. He's undersized for a 4, but his hops level the playing field.
Here's the great one. And again, unable to change momentum here. Spain trails by 21. Pass to Navarro. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And the three-pointer goes.
They're improving, but still find themselves behind.
Yeah, it'll take time. They need to keep stringing together positive possessions. And defensively, they need stops.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
And so it's USA, a sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. Welcome back, everyone, for what's sure to be an exciting second half of FIBA quarterfinals action. And so USA takes the win.
1 win down, 2 to go for the FIBA Tournament Championship. They raise their level of play in this quarterfinal, and they stay alive.
Well, they're happy with the win, but things do not get easier.
No, the semifinal, they'll...
Welcome, folks, to our presentation of the FIBA semifinals. Get ready for some top-tier international hoops. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll see France take it on USA. We've made it to the semifinals. What an incredible FIBA tournament this has been.
I've really enjoyed it. Now we have our Final Four. This is what it's all about. Lots on the line tonight.
With the shorter three-point line in FIBA, having a good group of shooters is a must.
Well, if a guy gets going, he can pour it on in a hurry. A lot of big guys who don't quite have NBA three range might find themselves in range during FIBA play. The line is about 1.5 feet closer in.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early,